Want to work in Qatar as a nurse? Skip the long process and fast-track your application. Find out how in this episode of AskAbba. Welcome to AskAbba. This is a segment where we break down the ins and outs of the overseas application process. I'm Rosa Silva, your Senior Recruitment Specialist here at ABBA, and today I'll be answering some of your most frequently asked questions while diving into one of the fastest growing destinations for Filipino nurses, Qatar. So, why Qatar? You might have heard the buzz already. Qatar is quickly becoming one of the hottest destinations for healthcare workers. But what exactly makes Qatar stand out? First off is the salary. Qatar offers a tax-free salary so you keep everything you earn. The hospitals, they are JCI accredited, meaning they meet high international standards with modern equipment and good opportunities to grow your skills. And beyond work, Qatar is also a safe, modern, and diverse country. It's a place where you can expand your career while also enjoying a high quality of life. And what makes this opportunity even better is that we are partnered with a reputable employer that could make you experience all of this. First question, what should I know about living in Qatar? This is actually a great question and one that we hear a lot. Moving to a new country, this is a big adjustment. Living in Qatar means you'll experience a different culture, climate, and lifestyle. And yes, the cost of living can be higher than here in the Philippines. But remember, you are earning a tax-free salary, which goes a long way. And many employers like NurseCo also offer benefits like free accommodation, free transportation, and even airfare allowances, so you can visit home during the holidays. Qatar is also definitely family-friendly. There are tons of malls, parks, and restaurants serving all kinds of food, so you'll always have something new to try. And if you like adventure, you will love the desert safaris and cultural festivals that happen throughout the year. And here is the best part. There's a growing Filipino community in Qatar, so you'll find the support and friends who understand your background. It really helps with settling in and feeling at home. Living in Qatar means embracing a blend of tradition and modernity. While the country is very welcoming to foreigners, it's important to respect local customs. For example, during the holy month of Ramadan, many restaurants close during daylight hours, and eating or drinking in public during fasting hours is discouraged. Simple gestures like greeting with a smile, dressing modestly in public spaces, and being patient during busy times will go a long way in helping you feel at home and build good relationships with locals and co-workers alike. So, let's go to question number 2. I've heard the application process can be tedious sometimes. How will NurseCo make it easier for me? Well, I won't sugarcoat it. Moving abroad isn't always easy. Normally, applying for Qatar means going through a very detailed and time-consuming process. For example, you need to request documents from your school, secure a cab from CHED, book a DFA appointment, and then courier those documents to the Qatar embassy. Each of these steps takes weeks or even months. But here is the good news. Our employer, NurseCo, has removed that entire step for now. With them, you can move forward with your application without needing school document authentication. And on top of that, NurseCo also upfronts the fees for your data flow and prometric examination. They also review and check all your requirements before the submission. This will help ensure a smooth process and a positive data flow result. All these efforts saves you a lot of stress, time, and unnecessary expenses. So let's go to question number 3. Licensing usually takes the most time. How can NurseCo help me with that? This is actually a great question again. And this is where NurseCo really shines. They offer fast-track DHP licensing services. The Department of Healthcare Professions, or DHP, is the authority in Qatar that issues your professional license. Without this, you can't practice as a nurse. NurseCo has a dedicated team that manages your licensing requirements with accuracy and efficiency, so you don't get stuck with the delays. And because they have a direct coordination with DHP, the process becomes much smoother and faster. A big help, right? Okay, so question number 4. What are the qualifications? Well, if you are a nurse with at least 2 years of post-license experience, you are already on the right track. It's also important that you haven't had a workup longer than 6 months. They're actually looking for nurses with bedside experience, any area except for OR. If you are currently in a different nursing role but had prior bedside experience, not more than 6 months ago, that still counts. NurseCo and ABBA can still help guide you. So don't stress if you are not 100% ready. Just reach out and start the conversation with us. So let's go to question number 5. What's the biggest advantage of NurseCo compared to other options? I'm glad you asked. So the main advantage is speed and simplicity. You skip school authentication, you get a fast-tracked licensing process, and you receive full guidance from start to finish. It really minimizes the delays and the complications. At the end of the day, NurseCo gets you one step closer to working in Qatar. And for many nurses, that means turning their dream job into reality much sooner than expected. If working in Qatar sounds like a good fit for you, here is some good news. NurseCo and ABBA are actively hiring. We are currently looking for home care nurses for NurseCo. So again, if you are a registered nurse with at least 2 years of post-license experience, preferably bedside experience, and doesn't have a work gap longer than 6 months, feel free to send us your application by scanning the QR code on your screen. So that's all the questions for today's Ask Abba. Thanks for watching! But if you got more, drop them in the comments or DM us. We might just feature them in the next episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's next.